Dear Dynasty. What's up, y'all? So I know it's been a while. The last time I posted was on my birthday, which was the 4th, and now it's the 15th. Saturday the 15th at 11:06. And so the other week I was writing in my journal and I wrote something that I was like, yeah, we got to talk about this. And it's about using your discernment, but allow yourself to put your guard down. And I was listening to something at the moment that helped me come up with that, but I just can't remember what it was. But I was talking to somebody who left a situation, like a job situation, and they ended up coming back to that same situation. And within almost a year time, I think it was maybe like 10 months, 11 months, they ended up coming back to that same situation. And we were talking, and they were saying, like, you know, they came back with like a different mindset. And for me, that's something that I've been dealing with certain situations. Like, sometimes you have no choice but to go back to certain situations, but it's the way that you step back into those things. And it's not all the time where you have to um even leave the situation. While you at that situation, you can mentally just leave and then come back. Certain things just work different from for other people, for different people. And as we were talking, they were glad that certain things did change. Although it was like the same place, they took it differently. And for me, when I thought about that situation, I'm like, using your discernment doesn't have to be in such a way that you're looking at everything trying to figure out what's the problem, trying to figure out what's a red flag, or constantly thinking something is going wrong. In reality, I just want to love the vibe. Sometimes you just enjoy the vibe, enjoy where you are, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy what you have, but use your discernment. Don't let anything that doesn't align with where you are, where you're going, or who you are as a person deter you away from enjoying your time. Allow things that don't flow with who you are to get away. And it's simple. I think, like, sometimes when we're so used to things happening outside of not using our discernment or just being okay with certain things that we know deep down we don't like and we don't appreciate, you continue to get those types of situations until you learn to use your discernment and place certain boundaries. You know, at some point, you have to learn to cut things off immediately when you first see things as an issue or you don't respect those things. And certain things do need conversation, but certain things, use your discernment. Certain things is just like, you see what it is, and that's what it is. It's not something that's a misunderstanding. When it's a misunderstanding, it feels different. You know, you can feel a little off, but sometimes it's just what you've been through, and I'm sure y'all understand where I'm going. I feel like sometimes I say something and it can feel like something else. if I'm like mentioning it correctly. But whatever, it's 11:11. Child, make a wish. PB was telling us about, she was doing the breathing thing. That's what I was doing while I was out. PB held a 8-day uh class for us. It was so good, and I just needed, after that, I just felt like it was so on my brain, like, you just trying to see, what's the energy about. And then one day you just wake up and you feel just new. I remember she asked us how we feeling, and I just was like, and the only word I can say is refreshed, like refined, like. And I was just saying that because that's how I felt like, but I didn't see it. And then I woke up one day and I seen it, like I seen I seen the refinement of myself. You feel me? But anyways, it was 1:11. I needed to breathe. But anyways, let's get back to it. And what I was saying, like sometimes you don't have to not like somebody. It's not like you don't like them. Like you see what they're doing and you just simply don't respect it. And you don't respect who they are and what they got going on and how they live their life. That's okay to cut that from who you are. I mean, cut that from your energy. You feel me? But anyways, with that being said, this episode is about using your discernment, but allowing yourself to enjoy life. Letting your guard down. Not everything is an attack. Not everything is there to be a lesson. Not everything is the enemy. Sometimes you get into that mindset so much that you think that stuff so much that you self sabotage the good things that have come to you directly from the Most High. And you really have to be careful with that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you are in life. When you show like the wrong people the goodness of your heart, there are people who are simply going to use that for their own benefit. And that's where you need to use your discernment and cut that straight off. Like, that is not, this is not that, Um, but it's not to say, hey, I can't show a person who I am. It's not to say I have to slowly show a person who I am either. It's not to say I have to keep certain things held back from who I am because these wrong people have mistreated me, misused me, or misguided me. With everything that like I've been through in life, I still want to be myself. I still want to be a good hearted person. I still want to be funny. I still want to be naive. I still want to be bubbly. And I just want to give all that I have when I can. And I don't want to have to not be who I am because who a person is and what they think that they're going to take from me. And when I can't show up, I want the people around me to say that, to understand, and maybe say to themselves, maybe I should show up a little bit more and give to her because I see what she's been doing for me or the people around her, and how much she's been having the people around her back. You know what I mean? And it's not that you're looking for certain things to be returned to you. Like, I'm not looking for that. I do everything just because that's who I am. And it's simple appreciation that isn't hard to give. You know what I mean? If a person can't show up, I appreciate this person for what they have done, and I want them to be able to lean on me when they feel like they don't have any more left in them for the moment. And I want them to be able to lean on me until they are able to lean back on their own. That's just the appreciation I would like the people around me to have. People should just simply appreciate all the things that have been done for them, to them, by the people who are around them and like in their circle. Once everybody is appreciative to the next, you feel more confident in doing more. Like, you know what I mean? If a person is not really appreciative and it's like, it's not, oh, why am I doing this or anything like that. It's just like, you can't grow with what I can offer, basically, in my eyes. So it's just like, what I'm offering you is not benefiting you in such a way that is multiplying. You just taking it, but I'm not amplified myself. Anyways, even when like it's just two people, like as a relationship goes, when two people are appreciating each other, that can go very far. Nothing can stop these two people because it's just they balancing each other out. I feel like it just coincides with one another, like that appreciating one another. Like you just want to keep going hard for the people around you because they like this and they building on it. Like, you feel me? I'm like more of a partnership type of person. If I have a relationship, I look for a partner. I'm more of a partnership, powerhouse, power couple type of person. Like, we gotta grow. I want growth and elevation. So yeah, I look for a partnership. I'm just vibing. Like, can we depend on one another in every aspect that life has to offer? But there's just certain people that just simply can't appreciate those things, and it's okay. And that's where you have to have your discernment. That's where you have to really just sit with yourself. That's where you, like, when you're having a conversation with someone, you're actually understanding what they're saying, not just listening. Understand, under, I can't even talk. Understand what they're saying. Pay close attention to the things that they say, how they speak, and the ways that people around you show up for you, especially in this society, just in this world in general. I feel like sometimes I literally live under a rock. Like, call me Patrick. This world is so into stuff that just not my cup of tea. And I say it like that. And I'm gonna leave that. So I really just rather be laid back, not really worried about what they got going on. And it just kind of feel like it's kind of hard to find your people out there because so much of this world is how this world is. That's all I'm gonna say. Not my things. But anyway, moving on. But I want to give y'all like an example. Like, a while ago, I was talking to somebody, and I'll say when a person approaches another one, especially a lot of men, they're hooked on aesthetics. Well, women too. Their looks, they're hooked on aesthetics, and that can be lovely and all that. That can be cutesy and just, but that's not all there is, because if you're not aligned with a person, you're just not aligned with them. But go off. You know what I mean? Just because something looks good, I mean it's good for you. They can dress poison up very well. But anyways, this person used to be like, I'm trying to see how much you really fuck with me. I'm trying to see, like, I'm trying to see. They keep saying that, like, they had something that they was going to do and ask me to do just to see how much I fuck with them or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, what is it? Like, oh, we gonna see. And like, it was just like, and I've dealt with this multiple times, I say, when, talking or dating, where guys will like simply ask me a question and then they have this look on their face, they trying to see what I do, or just simply trying to test me as a woman. Like, y'all ever been through that? Like, why do people be trying to test you, like try to see what you gonna do or what you into and stuff like that? But that's what they were basically doing. And it was just certain things I'd be like, not into that, not doing that, we're not doing that. Like, the fuck? Anyway, I started feeling the motions of it. Hold on. For me, with that type of person, that I feel that with me, the type of person I feel that I am and how I see myself, like, I don't even want to be around people who would think to test me or ask me certain questions. Like, why would you ask me some shit like that? Why would you think to that I would accept any sort of BS? Like, especially if you following me like on social media, you know me, you feel me. Like, why would you, huh? Like, I hold myself up in such a regard that I don't even want people looking and talking to me that ask me certain stuff or want me to do certain stuff. Like, and it can be like some simple shit. Like, what be wrong? What be wrong, baby? And eventually, like, that was like, some people you just gotta block. Some people you can ignore, but certain people just fuck out of here. Don't talk to me. I cut that completely off. And just having to continue to tell a person, like, not doing that, no. And it was just like, you telling a person no, like, you telling people no, like, don't play with me. Like, why do I gotta keep telling you no? First of all, that I don't even play like that. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with me at this point. Like, what I got going on that I got people around me that's coming in like doing that. And then I cut that off like immediately. And then a friend, like a whole friend, like somebody I know for so long, 15 years, probably not 15 years, but up in that, like, over a decade. Decade is 10, right? Y'all know I'm a little slow. Anyways, they were like, oh, this and that going on. You should do this. And I'm going to get with the people and let you know about it. I was like, okay, bet, go get some information about it and, let me know, if it looks good and it sounds good or whatever and it's legit, like, I have no problem getting into that. This motherfucker completely gave out my number. And these people called me and they was like talking about it. And it was totally different from what my friend was telling me about, telling me. And I'm like, what? I'm from around the way. Like, I just played along. I was like, okay, well, let me talk to so and so, the person who they mentioned that I was supposed to have talked to. I was like, okay, let me reach out to them and see what's going on. And, I'll give you a call back. They was like, okay, no problem. So I talked to them and they were saying, oh, they probably going to talk to you about this or that. And I was like, okay, because, okay. And then they gave my number out to somebody else. I'm like, what's really going on? Like, why is my number getting passed around? That's the first thing that was like a red flag for me and pissing me off, because you just went out your way, ain't even go out your way. You directly gave my number away. And so, especially, and it's just like when a person, we're supposed to be talking business and you get on the phone and you saying yo to me, business is completely over. So I was like, okay, thanks for the information. Click. And I called the other person back and I was just like, okay, well, I'm kind of interested to, hear a little bit more about it from you, since you are the person who is processing, these things. I rather, talk to the source versus talking to the little people. And so they talking to me about it, blah blah blah. And then they started to talk about some shit that I would never in my day do. And it was simply to make a phone call. It was me making a phone call, y'all. And I'm just like, I would never dare get on my phone, use my voice for no shit like that. And I was like, you're doing too much. Like, if you were into the other, oh, well, I felt like, you being a woman, that, this one is the route that you should go on. And I was just like, no, I'm not going out my way to do anything. Usually, because I play stupid just to get my information, and I'm like, well, usually when you do these certain things, all you have to do is join in with everybody else, and just, it's nothing that I have to make a phone call and deliberately say these certain things about, like, and it, stuttering. Yeah, you thought you had a fool. Okay, but anyway, I didn't even go back to my friend and check them about it. It was just like, got it. They didn't know about it, but the other person that they gave my number to knew about it. So I felt like, how you don't know? You feel me? But I felt like my friend knew that that was not of my character, but and left it up to me and the other people to decide, instead of just like, oh, I don't know. And I'm not even finna sit on this damn thing trying to figure that out. But I digress deeply. I cut that shit immediately. Usually, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the type of person that's just, I'm so like laid back and chill that I just let you play, and then just immediately just snatch my energy back. So that's what I did with the first person. Now I'm in the mood, I'm in that mode where, like, I don't have no energy to give to nothing that is like BS, that does not align with who I am. And that's just something you just, some of us just have to learn that. some people just, it's just in them. And I guess like along my way, that just wasn't in me. And I had to just learn about it. And that's okay. Certain things just come up when you're looking for opportunities and assistance and stuff like that. And for me, when you cut those things short and you don't engage or put your energy into things that are not aligned with you, a bigger blessing comes. Like, you don't have to stoop so low. You don't have to settle for certain things that you you don't have to settle for certain things to get what you want or go where you need to go. When the Most High sees that you have sacrificed and you will sacrifice everything and keep absolutely little to nothing, that's where your blessing is. Uh, a true blessing from the Most High is not a quick fix. Like, a blessing from the Most High is not going to be something that's just miraculously something short term either. Like, what's come from the Most High is long term. You know, people would dress stuff up, and sometimes you really have to sit there and ask yourself, is this actually for me? Not, can I make this work? Not, do I need this right now? Does this actually align with me? So moving forward, for this week, ahead, like these next few days moving forward, I really want y'all to sit down and play back some of the conversations that y'all have had with people, or just, by the end of, the week ahead, just sit back and think of when people are talking to you, actually really listen to, these people, and really just be honest with yourself and ask yourself, where do you believe their mind is at when it comes to you? And how do you feel these people feel about you? You know what I mean? Not how they are portraying themselves to be. Because I feel like an act and a word can be totally different. Like, you seen on Instagram how they using the same sentence to say it in different ways, like angry, happy, and flirtatious, and they're all using the same sentence to say it in different like ways or whatever, to give off different emotions. So, people can just dress stuff up. And what do you see? What do you feel? What do you really hear? Like, a person can talk some good shit, like, you feel me? And when you're not really listening and you're just enjoying the moment, sometimes you're not understanding what a person is actually saying. So go over these conversations, or go over those conversations that you're about to have or you already had, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just be honest with yourself. Be able to joy, but don't think too hard or sit too hard with that stuff either. Just just take it in, but just enjoy. Be able to enjoy your life and still use your discernment. Be able to let your guard down, have joy, have happiness, have good things, and still use your discernment. Not everything is an attack. I'm gonna keep saying that. Not everything is there to test you, or see how far you have been on your journey. I don't know why these people are so loud. I'm so sorry about that. My neighbors, I can hear them like they in my house. Anyways, I'm gonna finish. Not everything is a test. Not everything like you go through is sent there to test you and see how far you've been on your journey. Not everything is to like see, would you say yes to this thing. Some things are like simply there for you to say exactly yes to. Some things are there for you to love. Some things are there for you to enjoy. Some things are there for you to simply get rid of, and that's just life. But when you have your guard up, thinking everything is negative, everything is there to hurt you, you will like not be able to enjoy your blessings. You will not be able to let the Most High in. And I need to go because I don't know why these people are so loud. But I see y'all on the next one, and y'all have a blessed day. Peace.